to the papers, Mariam, I'd like to ask you a personal question.
Okay.
If I make a phone call and tell you, Mariam, I'd like to see you the first time, and you tell me you keep quiet, that seems like an okay situation. But when you do it 7 times, what does that mean?
I really don't want to see you.
Exactly. And I don't think it's any different from this story on page 8. On the corridors of power, police spied on Judge in Masengeli's case. But what I'm talking about is this acting IG who snubbed the court for legal orders, snubbing legal orders 7 times. So his name is Gilbert Masengeli, and you get to read that on page 8.
That's right. He's the acting inspector general, and he was called to appear before court 7 times and snubbed the orders 7 times. He was meant to appear before Judge Lawrence Mugambi, and he was to answer on the disappearance of 3 men who were abducted in Kitengela on August 26th. That is activist Bob Misheni Njagi and 2 brothers, Jamil and Aslam Longton, whose disappearances are thought to be linked to their activism, as they had hosted Twitter spaces talking about the demos that were happening around the time, and of course other acts of activism. Now, acting IG Gilbert Masengeli has been seen at an agricultural show, while his deputy in court representing him said that he was attending to matters of national security. So the judge has convicted him of contempt of court, and he is meant to appear before the same judge on Friday for sentencing. Now, this follows a long list of cases of defiance by police officers and the police force as far as the courts are concerned. There's also a senior police officer who has found himself in trouble for inquiring about the whereabouts of the judge handling this petition of police IG Gilbert Masengeli. So the High Court judge asked Mr. Lazarus Opicho to appear before him on Friday and explain why he was calling the judge's driver and bodyguard, seeking to know where he was.
Yeah, and I feel like that's invasion of so many different things.
And intimidation.
And intimidation as well, because first of all, how did you get my driver's number? How did you get my bodyguard's numbers? Why are you asking where I am? Yet tumejua tutapatana kotini on Friday. See, we already have a date. We already say that we're going to meet on Friday.
Yeah.
And I believe that this is what happens sometimes in a nation where some officers are not monitored. I feel like some officers should be monitored, and nobody is above the law. If you've been asked to make an appearance in court, just take an opportunity to do that. It also serves as a good form of leadership to the people that you're heading. For example, if the police wakiambiwa appear before the court, si wanafaa kutokea ama namna gani?
Yeah, they are not above the law in any way, shape, or form. And like I said, this is just the latest in a string of defiance of court orders by the police force in Kenya. It began with orders against excessive use of force during the demos that happened in July and August. And of course, those were very obviously ignored.
And the
disappearances, also abductions, those are plainly illegal. Court orders were also issued against the use of tear gas and the water cannons, but again, that also did not cease. There are also court orders for police officers to identify themselves clearly and not cover their faces or their registration numbers. Those were also ignored. This is a really worrying trend for me, because if the police are unable to follow the rule of law, then why should citizens respect them as enforcers of the law, and B, what does that leave for the rest of us as far as feeling protected by the police force if they cannot respect the constitution that puts them there in the first place?
Yeah, just law and order. And if you're meant to implement it, how about you follow it fast? I'm just thinking. Keep on using the hashtag Morning Fix. What do you think about the stories we've just covered right now? You can give us added information, but you can also keep on tweeting and retweeting right there. Right now,